Good afternoon, everybody. Let's do a little project today before this big thunderstorm comes in on us. Now, this is my spare light, stern light for my boat. I always keep a spare, just in case. Now, this is the old style with the old bulb, and we're going to modify it because the light I've got on there now is the same size. Nowadays they're supposed to be, I think, 46 inches, 48 inches, something like that. Longer, much longer, where they'll stick up way over your head. And I understand the reasoning for it, and I went and looked at them online. I was going to get one. Between $30 and $50 for a stern light, a long one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take the spare and I'll replace the bulb with an LED at the end. You'll see that. I'm going to modify this and make it longer. Now, I already had this piece of conduit, regular electrical conduit. And what I'm going to do is cut about a 3-inch section out of here, splice some wires together, and attach it on each end and make me a long light. Now, I've already tested this, it works, it's just fine. Instead of trying to take this out at the end, I've tried it before, a long time ago. Take this screw out and that'll let this sort of free. But it's got little divots in there. You probably see that where it's pressed in there to keep it from rolling around. And trust me, you'll tear it all to pieces trying to get it out. So we're just going to splice it in the middle. So the first step, we're going to clamp it in the vise right here. Let's see, hang on, let's move the camera over here, we can see. Now this is thin, fairly thin aluminum. I think my tubing cutter will cut it. We'll take the top end off first. Cut it first. Just like that. Because if you try a hacksaw or something, it's a good chance you're going to cut them wires where you don't want them cut. Just about through it. I hear it starting to, there it goes. Alright, just like that. Now we're going to take it out, leave it right here. Let's see, let me get my pliers, see if I can reach in there and cut it. I'll make sure I've got enough to where I can do my splice. Well, I'm not going to have enough room if I do it that way. Hang on, got an idea. Be right back. Alrighty, I'm going to take the Dremel tool and cut me a slot in here. And open it up a little bit, and I can get them wires out. Let's see, let's put on the safety glasses. Alright, won't be, take just a second maybe. like that. That's it's going to open up pretty nice just like that. There we go. That's hot. Now, let's move the camera back down here. Get it here so we can work on it. And we're right about the center where we've got plenty of room to work. Snip them wires just like that. Now, let me get some wire. I'm going to skin these back. I'm going to go ahead and solder them together, because once I get it all put together, you won't be able to get back in there. And I don't want any corrosion. I don't think it matters which wire is which. And I'll solder them together and we'll shrink wrap them. It's going to work. Alright, let's solder these wires together. And this is the part I'm not all that good at, but I can get it done, I think. Get a couple of good dots on there to keep it together just like that. Now there's a good chance I could just tie them together and they'd be okay. Be cooled down enough. I'll put the shrink wrap over it like this. I cut it long because I didn't want it to be too short. But you never know, might as well go ahead and do it right to start with. Yeah, the fan's blowing out the fire. Let's move down here. Hang on, there we go with some more famous camera work. Now this wire is just some scraps that was already cut, left over from wiring the boat. Now I could have got the heat gun out and done this, might have been better, but this little torch is already laying there, so there we go, just like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this wire. Then I'll feed it through the new pipe and do the same thing on the other end. And we'll see that when we get there. Now I got these soldered up, ready to go. Now this conduit's a little bit bigger. I want to go 1 inch in. Let's see, let me put my ruler right here, or my scale, as machinists call it. So we'll put a mark right here. I really enjoy watching these machinist videos. You guys are awesome. So that's going to be where I seal this, and I'm going to put a little pin there, screw. I'll show you that in a little bit. Got to get the other side set first. Let's see, this one, let's go ahead and make us a mark. And 1 inch, that way we know how far to go in. Close enough, I can tell where that's at. Now, going to tie our wires together here, do the same thing right here. Solder them together. Cut them, strip them, solder them together. and just poke it back down in there a little bit. Cool. Alright, I'll show you what it looks like when it all goes together here in just a few minutes. Alright, got the other end all soldered together. Now you see, this conduit is a little bit bigger than this. So what we're going to do, we're going to make us a bushing with electrical tape. Now duct tape would probably work, but duct tape will eventually rot. Electrical tape is plastic or rubber. Let's give it a few wraps. Cut it off smooth. Check the fit. Want a good tight fit. So we'll take a couple more wraps around it. Not much more, just a little bit more. Let's see, let's try that. I'm using the X-Acto knife to cut it because I want a good clean cut. Alright, see, that's a little too much. So let's go in here and take a little bit of it off. Let's see, let's take about that much of it off. Try it again. Still a little bit too much. It may have been okay to start with, but let's find the edge again. There it is, right there. Let's take all that last wrap off of there. That'll work right there. Just like we had to start with. Alright, there's our 1-inch mark right there. Now, we'll put a set screw in there in just a minute. Now, let's go down to this end. Sort of shove them wires back in there. Same way, just like that. We'll take our wrap around this one. Try to get my hands out of the way, show you what I'm doing here. Now it may seem like a lot of trouble to go through, but for the money they want for these things is, you know, you got to save everywhere you can save. The way I see it. It takes a couple hours to make a little project like this. It's worth it. Alright, let's see, let's go another wrap. Want it good and tight. So just like on the other one, not too tight. Okay, we'll just go one wrap on this one and see what it does. Let's see, let's work it in there like that. I think that's going to work just like that. Now, once you get the set screw in there, oh, well, we can go ahead and do it now. That little bit that squeezed out there, let's go ahead and trim that off. like that. Now the end we'll paint it, clean it up real good and paint it, make it look good. Alright, that's tight. Once the set screw goes in there, that'll be good. There we go. Now I'm going to go over to the drill press. Now this is where it anchors into the mount on the boat. And it's set like this. I want my screws on the back side, just so they look a little bit better. Now I'm going to take it over to the drill press. I got some self-tapping screws, but I still want a pilot hole for the self-tappers. It's really, really short. We don't want to go all the way through and hit the wire. Alright, let's move over there and I'll show you that in just a minute. There we go with the famous camera work once again. I've been threatening to get rid of this little tripod for a long time, and I think it's almost time. Anyway, I'm just pre-drilling a hole here, and I'll do the same thing up here, and then we'll put the screws in and put this camera down before I get irritated with it. Alright, got these little self-tappers here. I'll hold it there, and let's put one down here. Right there, that'll hold it. Now it's not exactly perfectly straight. Probably use another one on either side, and just for good measure I think I'll go ahead and put one in like that. That was the last two small ones I had. I got some a little bit bigger, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll put one on the opposite side, and we'll put the new bulb in and we'll take it out and test it, make sure it works. If it works good, then we will clean it up good, put a coat of paint on it. Now we're going to take this bulb out, and of course we're going to keep it. And this is a replacement LED that I had for a good while. There's one just like it in the other one. So get it set down in there, and these fit really, really, really tight, which is good. What they should do. I think my other lens is clear and not soft white like this one. Just like that. Now let's take it out to the boat and see if it works. Alrighty, there is the stick light. Let's see if it works. Just like that. Alrighty, now I'm just gonna take a Scotch-Brite pad, clean it off real good, put a coat of paint on it, make it look a little bit better. And now we are legal. Now chances of a officer, game warden we call them, stopping and measuring your light is slim. The short light probably would have worked, but you fishermen know there's always that one officer that's going to go by the book, got a measuring tape in his pocket, and I have never encountered one of those, but I know they're out there. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. The light is fixed. I've got another one for the front because my front light quit working, but I have a short stick light, they call them, for the front, that came off the old boat, and I'm going to install that one. That's not a big deal, just same thing, hook up 2 wires and plug it in. But anyway, there we go. Cool little project, might save you some money. And I thank y'all for watching. I thank you for your support. And we'll take one final look after I get it painted, and we'll do that right now. Well, there we go. Got a coat of paint on there, OD green. Works like a charm. Now, I appreciate y'all watching. I thank you for your support. Try this little project, save you some money, and we'll put you legal with the man. And I'll be back next time with something else. I got another project for the boat, and we have a big shop project coming up starting tomorrow morning. See you next time.